Good day, comrades. Today I'm going to talk about how cash is trash. So I have some charts. They are from the Federal Reserve Economic Data website, so it's official data, it's not something that I made up myself. And let's go through them. So first we have the purchasing power. This is about the last 5 years. And as we can see, it went down almost 20%, which is quite a lot. So whatever was worth $100 before is now worth $80 if you want to purchase the same good or service. You might think, yeah, but we got COVID, so this chart doesn't really reflect reality. Well, if you zoom out, it's even worse. We have lost 97% of the purchasing power in the last 100 years. It's simply awful. You don't need to be a genius to understand that this is going to zero. So let's try to understand why this happens. So if we look for money supply, M2 in this case, we see that the chart is going up, particularly in 2020 and 2021 because of COVID. They went crazy with the printer. So the money supply has 25x in 66 years, which is a compound annual growth rate of 6.7. So this is a very important thing that we have to understand. Federal Reserve in the US and the central banks in other countries, they can print money out of thin air. And when they do that, they devalue all the existing money. And they don't ask us. There is no vote. They just do it. And I think they have good intentions. I'm not saying that this is a conspiracy to make us poorer. I think they just have some targets to meet, something that they want to achieve. But in reality, they are making cash worth less. And they are eating alive people's savings. If we look at the total debt, we can see that it's also growing, even at a faster rate. 8.3 CAGR. This is not looking good. I could say that this is going to the moon and we are all doomed and that the US government is going broke. But I think it's not fair. I think it's a big problem indeed, but not to be like a doomer about it. I think it makes more sense to look at this against the GDP. So that is the next chart. So if we see the public debt as a percent of the GDP, we show that it's growing, but it's growing at a more normal rate, about 2% CAGR. Trend is of course going up, but this is a more reasonable way to see the debt. And also, I think it's not a coincidence that this meets the 2% of target inflation. If we look at the OECD countries, public debt as GDP is even growing at a faster rate than in the US, about 3.2 CAGR. So they are even in a worse spot than the US. But the trend, of course, is up and right. So to conclude, cash is going to zero. We have seen the charts. There is no doubt about it. It's just a matter of when, no if. Purchasing power keeps going down, money supply keeps going up, national debt keeps going up. So we cannot just hoard. So what we have to do instead is to accumulate goods and services. And we will talk about that later. See you in the next one.